I gotta fix these windshield wipers, man. I can't see a thing. What's up, guys? Kevin with Badland Industries. Today we're going to be doing a windshield wiper motor replacement on my buddy's Colorado. This will also apply to the cowl vent area. Tends to crack and degrade over time, so you can kind of replace that. If you need be, I'll put a link to the wiper motor and that below as well. And something that you guys might not know, these trucks never came with a cabin filter. We're going to change that today. Alright, so before we pop the hood, we need to get to these 15 mil nuts here. They've got a little kind of rubber type cap. Take your pocket knife or a little tiny screwdriver or whatever, pop your caps off. What's up, bud? Thanks. Look at that. Talk about timing. Alright. So this is a windshield wiper puller. Once we take these nuts off, these windshield wipers are going to be tapered and kind of splined, a lot like a pitman arm on a steering box. Don't lose the nuts. So we're going to take our little tool here and back it out as far as we need to. And this is going to slide under here, wherever it fits. So we need to go a little deeper here.
That's what she said.
And it's going to touch the top of the stud on the windshield wiper arm, and you're just going to crank it down. It should just pop right off. Just like that. So these are panel clip pliers, and what they do is when you kind of squeeze them, they lift up. What I'll do is I'll put a piece of cardboard under there so I don't scratch the glass, because these are metal and the bottom edge is kind of sharp. If you're not replacing the cowl, what you can do is just scoot it into the engine bay, no big deal. If you have to replace this, if it's cracked or whatever, you're going to need to kind of swing it up above the windshield and then lift it up the antenna after you disconnect the windshield washer line, obviously. We're going to raise the hood a little bit more so we can get straight access to the two 10 mil bolts on the motor here, and then we'll pull it out. You'll have these little foamy gaskets that kind of seal the cowl from getting debris inside of there. Take those off, get your impact 10 mil, and just gun these two little guys out. What you're going to want to do right now is take your clip out, there you go, and then push the grommet right in through the back of the firewall. Not only do we need to take this connecting rod off to get the motor detached, but we got to get it off of there so that we can even get the entire assembly out of the truck. There's no way this assembly will exit this cavity without removing that link. Pry it till it pops off. So now we've got full access, or full range of this wiper motor assembly. What I've found is moving it all the way to the driver's side. What you're going to do is kind of roll it to the passenger side as you're kind of rotating it, and it literally comes right out. This is kind of disconcerting. This thing is holding water. This tube here, a connecting rod, is full of water. Maybe we'll drill a hole in the bottom of that or something. Engineering oversight is what I call that. Alright, so we get our 13 mil. Gun this guy off. He's also splined, so you might need to use the windshield wiper removal tool. Let's get the other 10 mils out. Should have just pulled on that. That thing's brittle. This thing is old. All the kind of epoxy or whatever is all cracked and gummy, so yeah, it's probably why it didn't work. So the new motor comes as you see it. There's no arm on it. It's just a splined tapered shaft. It's got the grommet and plug on it. So we need to attach that back to the old kind of regulator arm, basically, kind of like a window. And essentially we're just gonna put this guy back on there. It's cracked, but the new one didn't come with it, so a little rubber washer right there. Maybe it'll help keep some debris out of the motor. Gun them back down 10 mil. So I didn't mark where this arm was in relation to the unit. I probably should have done that. We need to put it back in the truck and then turn the windshield wipers on and off so that it kind of resets where its position is, and then we can kind of adjust this guy where it needs to go. Actually, I almost forgot. I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom of this so that it'll drain instead of holding water. And if any water does get in this tube, it'll drain out. So now we can get this thing up inside here. First things first, we're going to set our wire harness down in here, down through the hole, because we currently have room to get to it. Pull the grommet tight, go all the way to the driver's side. We'll slowly attempt to roll this back in to place. Not sure GM could have engineered this any tighter. Before you actually put this back in, it'd probably be a good idea to vacuum this area out. This guy's, Ryan's truck here is pretty dusty, but otherwise not all messed up. My truck, on the other hand, I checked mine. I've got like half a tree in my cowl area. So if you tend to park under trees, probably something you want to pay attention to. These little grommets here, these little foam grommets really help with that. But let's go inside, let's turn the wipers on and off, and then we'll kind of figure out where this little arm needs to go. All right, let's see if this works. Perfect, it turned off. There we go. Get our linkage put back on, channel locks, and push that back down. Click it again and test it. Awesome. Look at that. Alright, so now that we got that, I'm going to do one last thing before I close this up, and that is adding a cabin filter. Dude on eBay 3D prints these little things, and they're kind of a pain to access, but since I've got the little GoPro session, I can probably get the camera up inside there and show you guys what's going on. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on there. I got my light and everything. It's a tight fit. I'm sorry. I'll video the best I can. So this is the basically setup that dude has made. This ends up in this little slot, and it pulls on these wings, and when it reaches the top here, it opens up and pushes up against the sides of this kind of hole in there, and what that'll do is kind of prevent everything from falling off. So my only quarrel with this, I'm going to reach out to him and see if he can do some design changes on this for my truck. But I would like to see this filter not be clipped in, but clip in from the end here, because there's access this direction and not a whole lot of room this direction. So I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he can kind of work on a new design that'll have this slide out. But for now, this will work. So his Instructions basically say to install the nut there, put it up inside there and push it down, and then tighten up the little wing nut until you can't remove it. I'm gonna start this, just barely fit it in here, put it over top. Yep, there we go. Cool. Awesome. And a little filter goes in there. So now I got the filter in place. I'm going to put these clips in where they belong. There you go. I don't think I can get that second clip in there. My arm's too big. Oh, I got it. Oh, holy cow. Yeah, definitely needs a kind of cassette style clip, because there's no way that a dude with any bigger arms than me is going to get that filter clip in there. So there you go. All right, get our cowl back in place here. Kind of bend it a little bit like a taco under the brackets. Locate the clips in the back, and then we'll come back around and do the ones in the front. Alright, we'll get all these put back in now. Cool. The arm with the greater bend goes over here on the driver's side, and the one with the lesser bend goes in the middle for the passenger side. So we'll work on the passenger side here. We'll get it up in the black, and we'll throw a nut on it. There we go. Got our driver's side one. Alright. Well, that looks good. Let's check function. Let's close the hood and check function on whether they hit the side or not, or hit the bottom, and just make sure they work. Well, as you guys can hear, it's starting to get windy, storms coming in, so I guess we got this knocked out just in the nick of time. Gonna track down some new windshield wipers for him, and yeah, pretty simple job to replace the motor. Not terrible, but certainly kind of some finagling. But cabin filter, pretty freaking cool. Needs some improvement. I got, my arms aren't that big, my forearms, but I could barely get inside there. So if you guys have any other questions, or if you guys have any other video ideas you want me to do, comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.